Now, I'm sad we did not get Corrode, but I like that we're seeing Haven again. We didn't get it yesterday. It was banned, kind of surprisingly, in another match.
Oh, he's
yesterday.
actually gone on the smokes. Yeah, I mean, it makes sense, right? Because, okay, they don't want to change things up. I know that you're not a big fan of the, not a big fan of the Breach. Are you a fan of Kovacs on ISO?
So Kovac on ISO, I think last week he didn't show us an ISO level of performance, if that makes sense. Like an ISO player is someone who's going to take over the server and dominate. We didn't see that last week from Kovac, but it was his debut. It wasn't the greatest time for Vitality overall. Here is time for him to shine today.
Do you think that with them especially starting on the defense, are you going to keep a closer eye on him? Or do you think that it's more relaxed for them to start on the defense and that they can take that main role?
I think the ISO on defense is very important. Like, it's one of those weird ones where like ISO is really important on both sides. So I think that Kovac needs to make sure he's comfortable throughout the series.
Eyes on Kovac to be comfortable on the ISO. We'll see how the pick performs as we send it over to our casters to kick off the day, Cairo and Hazen.
Thank you, Dracos. Yes, Vitality need both revenge and a revolution against the team which eliminated them from the playoff stage. In the first stage, Cairo, the kickoff champs have really struggled, and with another revision of the roster, now we need to see the results.
Yeah, both teams have had their own difficulties, it's fair to say, but I'm more worried about Vitality here. We obviously have spoken about it on the desk, about it being a super team, but they've only been able to win 3 out of their last 10 games, and that's not a statistic that you want to have.
Absolutely not. The roles playing a big factor in that. Kovac stepping up to the plate yet again to partner with Durka in the duelist role. We'll have to see how that's going to pan out for them on Haven, which kicks off as FUT's map selection. And it's important to note with this one as well, it has sort of been a mixed bag for the Turkish side so far this year, but some notable results in there. Starting out on the attack side, as you can see, Kix, the only one left from the last time CNED was active in the server.
Well, Zeus won't be active anymore. Entry picked up by Kovac. And it seems that FUT still want to stick around. See if they can get something back in their favour. Still got to keep a note of where Yetiji is playing. He's deep in towards spawn and there's players heading his way.
Anticipating this push coming in, both Les and Durka on his radar, and they will be now. A shot to the side of the head of Mr. Fallen, but Yetiji can't quite find out where it's come from. He's found the first, but still, not spotted Durka. And he's not managed to pick up the kill. Gate crashes away. It's a bit of a stalemate at the minute mark.
Yeah, and Vitality being proactive, looking to try and clear out short and just missing out on the players leaving lobby. But you can see Durka still wanting to go down C long, and there's utility even being wasted trying to find Durka and clearing that question mark.
It's one of the reasons why we hold this roster in such high regard. The weight of a name like Durka has you flashing in your own spawn. But FUT now starting to rearrange, regroup. Contact piece towards the A site, as Vitality do still have a player advantage should they find themselves in a retake situation, and that's looking ever more likely.
Yeah, well, Vitality vacating this side of the map, they will need to be careful coming back into it. FUT will probably try and look for getting the numbers back in their favour, and with them having so much space to move into, they'll probably try to take that extra ground and see what they can find. Majority of the forces though for Vitality are coming from spawn, and that plant, well, it's not for CT, so where are FUT going to go here?
There's the captain and the partnership between the duelists. Still one flash left on Durka, but it's the flank from CNED we've got to be looking at. Lines up the first, but it's a quick twist and a shot from Unfate. Oh, he's managed to pick up a second as well, and now it's only Yetu remaining. He can isolate these fights as the captain is creeping his way forwards. 3 in the end from the Sentinel, but it's Kix to close.
Very nice round overall from both sets of players, but more so Vitality, right? The fact that they were able to constantly create a question mark. I mean, Durka pushing the backlines with Wes. And yeah, I like the ideas from FUT to try and even things out and get things more into their favour. Overall, decent pistol. It's a good start for the Vitality defense.
And a confidence builder for both Unfake and Kovac. The latter, of course, opening the scoring on the pistol round. Big pickup for him. As we say, look, people throw around the term Swiss Army knife very loosely, but finally we have a Swiss player we can actually apply it to. And it quite literally does. 20 out of the 27 available agents played. Few of them shown for the first time the other day, and with CNED being part of this force with the Outlaw already finding one, there is a lot of pressure on those two new players now.
Yeah, Unfake taking himself down to 10 HP with that second peak. And you can see FUT, how they're still wanting to hold on to that A space, but it's Mr. Fallen we have to look at, and getting caught out in mid is not going to be good at all. That allows Vitality a little bit more comfortability.
Vitality did struggle to build off of any momentum they'd had from pistol rounds before, and we'll get to that in just a bit. So you can see the reason why FUT want to crack down on this early with a purchase, but it's only going to make things more difficult. We know how Haven plays as a map, especially on the attack side. This is where you should be favored. Vitality opting to defend first, and so far so good. Cypher set up towards C, should be bypassed. Plant a possibility here, but very quickly you're already seeing that reaction come through middle.
Yeah, I'm really liking this from Vitality, and well, the Cypher setup will be cleared out, and Vitality in the same margin have went and re-cleared a lot of this map. Heels trying to get onto the engagements. It's not pretty though.
Stunned up in the corner. Zeus gets another. Now it's a 2-on-2.
Zeus now trying to find more, trying to see what he can see. In through CT, and it's Kovac through the other side. A bait and switch, and that force from FUT does not work out.
It does not. And it's only going to make things better here for Vitality to continue building that confidence. Lots of individual engagement still happening. That was one of the things that I took away from the GX game.
Nice.
And the macro was lacking maybe some of the fights going favorably for them, and already towards the top of the scoreboard it is the two under duress, and that's that I was alluding to. Every single bonus lost for Vitality, where they converted a pistol before. This one, not really a bonus, is it?
Nah, it's more an anti-equal here. If they lost this, it would be
devastating.
Yeah, definitely. Early space held on to on A lobby while FUT moved through Garage here. Looking to deal and interact with that Cypher setup, but there's only one trap here as well. It was every single bit of Cypher utility in Garage previous.
But have found them in a position to get a plant in so far this game. Durka denying the C long side, so it's 3 players through Garage, one of them still sticking around, the 4th Yetajay. See if he can catch a player in transition. They've got to dig out Durka first, and still yet to find him. 2 players hunting him down, one of them Zeus. There is a trade in there, and an outlaw drop.
Still time to work with as well for FUT if they want to go and go elsewhere on the map, and it seems if that is going to be the case.
Zeus can traverse quite quickly as well, back on the Neon.
Vitality have got a lot of work to do in this mid-round here.
And timing, Yetajay breaking it, still
30 seconds
trying to keep
left.
Vitality honest. CNED the same as he makes his presence known on the B site. Kovac cutting across, and yet to miss a shot so sharp from the Swiss, and that's exactly what we needed to see from him after last week.
Still that Cypher trap up on B.
Only now being dealt with, time running out, but Yetajay still landing shots as it stands. Low on HP, Spike not down, too many angles to consider as Zeus has the pain put on him by none other than Unfake. 3 in a row, Vitality still not out.
Yeah, that's very well done, but that's to be expected, and you could see FUT trying to interact with a lot of the setup, create problems for the defence, but this is a really great start for Vitality overall. We have to speak about Haven as a map and how difficult it can be to defend, so good momentum and setting back this attack is exactly what Vitality wanted to start this map out.
Exactly, get those rounds in early. We know FUT's defensive record speaks volumes itself, and it's whether they found the majority of their pickups against Mate. The Vitality, again, it's just about starting to rebuild that map pool towards what they're hoping will be a champ's appearance. Hell, any kind of deep run feels so far away right now, but it's one step at a time. And into the first rifle round, you can see FUT starting to put that priority on Garage control yet again.
Getting a little bit of conditioning. That cam's still in there though, so when the players leave, that cam will easily re-clear that question mark space. So FUT not realising that, starting to back away now and head towards A, and Vitality's mid-round will be made so much easier by the setup.
There's a lot of ground to cover towards A right now if you're FUT, but Vitality are happy to entertain the retake. They have 2 very powerful ultimates coming back in. Kovac can maybe look to deny a plant, take a player out of position. Unfazed, well, the same with the Hunter's Fury, but it's all hands on deck. 4 players now on the A site, ready to receive FUT in this execution.
Not cleared towards Graffiti. Kovac gets the first and, well, still kept even!
Whoa!
But not before Kix gets his.
Seconds left.
And, well, as the announcer says, with the spike down and not a lot of time left, FUT need to get a move on. Still need to clear towards and Hell. And is actually doing it. And now it's all up to Les.
Great display from the Brazilian last week. Now in the 2 versus 1, wants to get out on site early.
He's not being allowed it though, that's the problem. So Spike will go down. One more cage to work with if he wants to try and use that to get out entirely. What is that from Les?
World class! I don't know how he pulls it off, but the Phantom will find them both. And so FUT fall short at their first round and Vitality a 4th. This was brilliantly played from Kix. Maybe it is just a Phantom diff between the 2 of them. And FUT will be kicking themselves after that.
It's the adaptations, like from the Cypher setup as well, that really allows for that to be such an easy round for Vitality. Like just keeping that Cypher cam there, not using it until they know FUT have left that area of the map. And then they can lean so much heavier towards 8. Still a buy here for FUT though, so it's not completely out of the woods just yet.
Well, the headline for this round will be the strength of Vitality's ultimates. The only one missing is on Durka, but as it stands, you can see him floating over on A with this operator. That's what you expect the Yoru to do, constantly be pushing the limits of the extremities, allowing a heftier rotation, and already you can see that in motion for Vitality.
Finally this time they'll be able to get rid of the Cypher cam, but it has activated the Hunter's Fury in tow, and Krax gets caught out. And on top of that, Durka gets another, so pain compounded right now. At least CNED is able to get one back in FUT's favour.
Yeah, feels a little bit schoolboy from Les after what we've just seen. 2-player advantage, but the spike nowhere near the C site, so the execution can't come in. This is a nice layered defense from Vitality though, and if FUT were to head back to A, it is still Durka's op that they have to get past.
That's exactly where they're heading.
He's repositioned towards sewers. This is brilliant from Durka.
He's ready for this. Just holding on to the right-hand side of the smoke, but well, CNED will actually use from the shadows to get in towards A Heaven, committed to it, and they've managed to get around Durka's op entirely.
Kovac has all of the info here. Both duelists ready to fight.
They are, and well, Durka's the first one, and he's denied the spike. Time so low. This is not looking good whatsoever for FUT, as it's now all up to CNED. Has to get the spike down as well, and Vitality are giving him absolutely nothing. 5 in a row without an answer.
And after I strike,
that second buy falls out beneath FUT. They will be without money here, and Vitality can continue to build. You're expecting the timeout to come through, as this was such a well set up round. As I say, maybe slight overcommitment there from Les, but can't exactly fault the rest of the play. Kovac, fairly subdued. He had a lot of energy throughout last time.
Yeah, 100%.
But that's what it's all about. Keeping the levels up, the vibes good. Chemistry has been such a big talking point for Vitality so far this year, as has this man on your screens.
Yeah, I mean, the thing about Durka is week to week, he's always performing. And Vitality knew that's what they were getting when they picked him up, when they scouted him out. And I mean, you just look at the stats here. I mean, what more is there to say?
This guy is always there when it comes to crunch time. At the end of the year, never missed a champion stage before in his career, and hoping that it won't be for the first time in a Vitality jersey. That's what you've got to keep in mind. Not only does he make it every year, in Seoul, he was the highest ACS and kills per round in Champs 2024. So that's the expectation. Always sky high for him. And by his standards this year, won't have been the best, missing few internationals, of which in his career he's only been absent from a few. Into the next round, Vitality looking very strong. FUT needing to cause some problems. The timeout won't have been for what their plans are here.
Unfortunately.
Here.
that Cypher setup still stands, and I mean this is a big point to talk about, right? The fact that that Les has always been able to keep that up. Derka with a line of sight, and there's two players on the other end. He doesn't know that. With a great crash gone, he tries to reposition it.
We're very slow in this round, but finally see an injection of pace. The football towards the long side. Derka stunned and an ult to support. It has managed to catch a target, so while Kovac is fighting elsewhere, the rest of his team holding it down on the site. Unfake picking up one. And it makes for a 3-on-3. This is a great position for FUT to be in.
Can easily flood back out here though.
Krax also has the ultimate to try and reinforce, fortify something, but they fall instead. Yetajay now thrust into the clutch, and with an op in hand on this wide angle, cage to his side, surely there is no chance. Unless he gets overlooked, but Kovac cracks down on it. That will be 6.
Oh, I mean, I guess the concession is that the spike does go down for FUT, but still Vitality unmarked, not really having to struggle in these rounds, which is the most worrying part for me in this Haven so far.
The way that I see FUT, of course, very fundamental. And with Jonta coming in and Krax departing, or not Krax departing, sorry, Atta Captain departing, part of that original core that we saw for the last few years, the question would be, how long does it take to implement his vision? And with that timeout now behind us, does it come through strategy? Because, of course, there's been no innovation in terms of composition, really, other than the change of Krax here onto the breach, as Kovac is scaling very quickly, and lobby control has been taken early by Vitality.
Yeah, this is a nice reaction straight towards the seaside, but Derka's here, he's TP'd in, he's looking to get an engagement.
Forced to withdraw from the situation. Big reveal backside. Zeus with a huge target on his back. Kicks will shoot him down. Still, Vitality in a position to flood this retake, and with Derka's ult committed, they will.
Clearing through the ulties, but that is a big ultimate to delay.
And FUT just not really in a position to keep challenging this. No extra input backside. And with that, it falls 4-on-2. Both players still on a very open line, trying to fight through long, but with the smoke dropped in, this recon has to do the heavy lifting and stop Kicks from getting half. It's not landed, he just full sticks it. Well, Yetajay will walk away with all the kills he could have asked for. The round continues to evade them, and he'll die after time.
Yeah, a guaranteed advantage in towards the next half as well. It just feels like there's nothing to... I see it's terrible, but there's nothing to get excited about for FUT here. They try to delay, they use ultimates, and that's really big components you need for future rounds.
And that's something I was getting onto here as well. Are they just playing the tried and true and sort of getting by while the strat book builds itself behind the scenes, or can we really see a different version of this team? Do we need to? Because right now, Kovac has his own new lease on life. It's another first blood.
Still, you look at Vitality, they're starting to encircle this push from FUT. Yeah, you have the A space, but you're not really getting anywhere near the site, and Kovac's looking for more.
Playing around the own smoke. It's just too easy. Another investment from FUT, which might just be amounting to nothing. Kovac is a man remade on Haven today. With CNED flashed in the corner, it doesn't matter. You can't flash those champs winning credentials here. Kovac snatches yet another. It ends an in-zone flawless.
It's so interesting, as well as it looks like. Yeah, it's going to be another timeout for FUT. The second one used up. Yonta not happy with how things are going. And yeah, I think like as well, just the wider conversation about FUT and kind of what this group looks like as well, because as we know, there's only 4 spots into the playoffs from each group. And well, yeah, FUT beat Gentlemates last week, but Vitality looks as if they've been beat by what is the most informed team, so it's an easy bounce back for them in the next week.
Yeah, and it's interesting to see on the coach cam as well. It's Jonta getting involved with the comms. This was a question that we had in the interviews as well. Of course, he wasn't here last week, but my expectation coming in would be that Sway was the one leading those conversations. And sure, he is still retained from the previous iteration of FUT that we saw, but he came into the team in 2024, so it's still very different, I think. And yeah, just how quickly can you convey those ideas and get everything across in the 60 seconds? They've had 120 now as both timeouts need to fall on ears that are listening, not deaf ears. I couldn't think of the inverse, but there you go.
Yeah, and we need to see FUT getting some rounds here for the second half. This is going to be a very quick first map.
Fastest attacking team on Haven. As we said before, they've been very direct before, and so far in this game, it's not a look that has best suited them. Very quickly getting shut down in these opening duels.
Zeus has picked up a hero rifle. That's probably because he's got the overdrive for the next round if needed. And Derka dancing with the devil there and able to get out.
So responsive, so ready for that second fight with the shorty though. It's the first time we really see FUT fully explore B. On the first few rounds, CNED had managed to find a way in, but other than that, perhaps a bit of negative space for them to flirt with the idea of at least.
Absolutely nothing being given away by either side.
And one difference to highlight in this round from Vitality at the very least is that Les has completely moved the Cypher setup, and with Hicks' positioning on C as well, he's very ready to disengage, and there is the ult back through.
Yeah, and it's Zeus that's been caught. That's the rifle. That's the important member of FUT. And that's the one that can bite back, which he does. In towards the site execute, there's more ultimates invested, but Derka at least keep things even, but not for long, as Zeus sends it forward. This has been FUT's best chance at a round.
And of course it comes from Zeus. The ult will expire, but the gun's still hot in his hands. Both players retaking spawn side, plenty of money for Vitality. You give this a go.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, one cage to get out, but that happening right there, that kill could be the disaster. Still though, hold on, delay, trying to stop the players getting out, but they finally do. In towards the new angles, not clearing back sight as Zeus gets his ace, and FUT their first round.
Finally striking down 5. And that's what it takes, an ace for FUT to get on the board. A conversation I wanted to have coming into this is that we saw a FUT that can still win matches without a stunning display from Zeus. So how do they look when he does show up? That's what has been required to get this one started. How much further can they take this first half?
Question on everybody's minds. CNED now with the attack side up. Derka giving that up and deciding to go for the rifle. But this is an aggressive take as the players send it. I mean, they're trying to refight in, but it's Vitality who are coming out on top. You can't even get the spike. It's too far forward in window. And FUT trying to get out. I mean, Yetiji manages to rescue it from the grasp of Vitality.
And it's CNED with this fabled operator in a 4 versus 2. Showed plenty of disrespect on the attack side, as we've seen him sent to Omen here. Just now removing the dart from the spy cam. Vitality able to get bodies over, no problem.
Still though, CNED trying to get out from Garage, and you know, Kovac on the other side, he's been very good in these engagements, very good when he has to brawl his way through, but huge CNED who comes out on top. I mean, he's looking to dip away straight away.
Well, he has the ultimate here as well, so as soon as the hat confirms that there is nobody towards the A side of the map, that's exactly where he'll go. Not the spike carrier though.
No, not the spike carrier, but also on top of that, you've got to be looking at that Cypher wire, right? The fact that no one's interacted with it, sure, that's the Omen that's further ahead, but you're thinking that probably right now it is placed for a retake.
Where the bodies sit on the ground right now, FUT also know that Vitality is still occupied with mid, as the info reconfirms that both are playing from site.
That line drawn towards CT, at least they're able to deny that information coming through the old drone. Now it's even, and time ticking away. That's the ally for FUT here, as we see right now, unfaked in towards CT. The bow's being seen, and CNED knows there's a player close by. That
scope.
operator waiting,
Oh
and it's
my
a no
God.
scope. The classic out, but instead it's the from CNED. This lifeline slowly starting to build for FUT.
FUT have Phenoms, and they have rounds. It's wicked sick from CNED. And for those who would have questioned his role in coming to this team, just put an op in that man's hands. And is there anything he can't do?
I mean, that's what you need though if you're FUT. You need rounds like that to build the confidence, build the energy up as a team. Both sets of players have an operator now. Derka versus CNED, and it's Derka who comes out on top first.
Big kill to find early. That's the only smoke that FUT have here as well. No cloak and dagger. Felt like quite a straightforward send towards C, and that's another player catching a lot of damage. Crack's getting away with his life, but the same can't be said for their captain.
I mean, FUT, if they want to hit towards C, need to have garage control, right? You don't have a smoke to stop that cross if anyone is going to play from there. Instead, no, it's going to be B. And Kovac close by and ready.
Leading the line. Kill impact in the server. One here for the task at hand, and Zeus has relieved him of his duties. Plant goes in, FUT a man down, but that hasn't seemed to be a problem in the last couple.
That forced to play on site, and well, FUT looking for more space.
Paranoia back in. BTJ's position revealed. Less clamping down. Vitality looking to make sure that this will be number 9, and Unfake adds the ult for good measure. Poured into the pot. A recipe for success, finally. The only way to stop the rot is find a round, and that's exactly what they've done.
Hey, for Vitality, they just have to stop FUT in this next half being able to contest them. A pistol round would probably be enough to close this out, or you'd think that would be the case. Vitality look absolutely great. And on top of that, Unfake as well. Last week said he was a frag in IGL, and this week he's backing it up.
And Zeus, even here, 1 ace for every 8 maps. Feels like a lot of real. I know we were there for the Neon ult against Gentlemates, but I think he's going to need a few more aces here for to get back in the game. They just need one more round here, really, to give half a chance.
Seems if this is going towards B, you would think that it's just a fake, and they're depositing CNED towards the back of B.
Nice rehearsed opening. He gets backside control, now playing from Gong. Forces Unfake to invest the drone, and don't know if it was expiring or what, but he fired the recon bolt pretty early, so there's still a huge question mark in the middle of the map.
Yeah, and Derka is showing that the middle of the map is his. CNED still back there and not activating whatsoever. As Vitality work around that, and Derka in the back lines, it's starting to once again get a little bit claustrophobic for FUT.
Yeah, the map has flipped. Mr. Fallen has to be careful. It's another round where he drops in the back line and the spike goes down. Derka solving problems yet again for Vitality, as it's another 4 versus 2.
Last player standing.
And on top of that,
30 seconds
CNED,
left.
even though being able to play that Joker card, and it looked like in the late round that would be absolutely spectacular, he's left all alone with 20 seconds left.
It's the deep clear in which this round lives and dies, but Unfake jumps the gun. CNED falls as Vitality, in response to their critics, post double digits in the opening half on Haven.
Spike down. Enemy remaining.
Seems like Vitality have found a way to bounce back and get everyone buzzing again. 10-2 on their defenders' side, but now to the attack they go. FUT the inverse, of course, and with both anchors, Yetege and Mr. Fallen, contributing most of the first bloods that they had in their previous game, +7 across the board, you would think that this side is just going to look better for them, and that's where you start to wonder if they can chain a few more together.
Try not to die.
Do Vitality begin to panic?
Yeah, I mean, we saw a couple of comebacks yesterday. Let's not cost us once again.
Always getting the really heavy halves, man. What was it? First time we came out here, couple 12-0s.
Yeah, we got a 13-0 as well.
We did. First in the partnerships era, in fact. I saw the new Vitality co-streamer, Commend, was saying this was going to be a 26-0 today.
Interesting.
Don't quite believe it, but
Well, he's already wrong, so unlucky
we're not too far off. It does start with the pistol, though.
As it always does.
A slow start for Vitality. They've already taken some space C long. Kicks keeping Yetege interested. As the two new faces on Vitality begin to explore sewers.
Taking their time throughout the map, Vitality, but not really having much control at all, apart from mains. And I mean, they've completely given up here.
Getting a full retake. This smoke through mid is just going to add another spanner to the works. It's a fake plant and a TP from Durka,
I
but
like that.
it's going to take a while for him to get to A, and they already had the site at their disposal. So in many ways, it feels like the strat has gone better than planned
30
at this
seconds
point.
left.
Yeah, FUT now scratching their heads as to what's happening, but they're starting to get an idea now as they lean heavier towards A, and Vitality, they've still got a lot of utility when that retake comes through.
To counter paranoia, a couple flashes, recon as well, but FUT can say the same. Their initial combo of utility doesn't meet much of a response, no capitalization, so they send it in at a second chance, and it's a flood of red hitting the feed. CNED needing yet another clutch. He'll find 3 of the 4, but the final one evades him, and so Vitality will claim back-to-back pistol rounds through Unfake.
Yeah, this is getting sweet for Vitality now. That round was perfectly called. It was perfectly played out. I don't know if it was rehearsed or what it was, but yeah, I mean, they looked as if they wanted to play a retake towards it, especially with the positioning of the players outside of it.
And I kind of like the idea, perhaps as well, to stagger a bit of the utility. It was a real talking point of the Teho meta, the phases of signatures that you get, the waves. Trying to balance the violence and the silence, as some have said before.
Yeah, FUT being proactive, looking to be aggressive down mid.
Kicks just trying to cordon off this area. Someone else that in this team has the potential to really be a star in his own right. I think shouldering the brunt of the role change. But the smokes have looked good so far. But set up to greet Vitality on this C execution with numbers. The weaponry might not be there, but the shots from Kovac certainly are.
Yeah, they are. Vitality are making this look as easy as possible, as they will hit map point in pretty swift fashion after the second half has started.
Definitely helped out by the fact that they were able to pick up those first 8 rounds without retaliation. Puts all the more pressure on FUT towards the end here as well, because they didn't even really have a true bonus last time. They're up against the Force. This will be rifle v rifle, but look at the ults already. I know we said we didn't want to see a 2-man show from Vitality, but it's Kovac this time, and he's 1 off of the kill contract.
Something to take note of as this round develops. And Durka, oh mate, that flash was absolutely perfect, and it stopped Zeus's stunt from getting anywhere near him. Completely blind, and now Vitality look to encroach that A site, but less. Just making sure to play late into this round.
Durka's still going, he doesn't care! He makes FUT sweat! And with 3 already under his belt, final player's been brought into the Shadow Realm as FUT are kicked out of Haven. Their home ground amounts to nothing. 13-2. Simple work for the super team.